Wow, hello, and welcome back to this episode with Conversations with Caroline and Sabrina, claiming your success. I say Conversations with Caroline and Sabrina, but you're seeing a third floating head here, team. This is Chantel Forbes. And I want to keep I'm going to keep it brief because I'm going to let Chantel introduce herself and say who she is and why is she here, what's she about. But Sabrina, I only connected with Chantel last September, and that was when I ran my first half marathon with a small group of people. And someone we both knew hadn't. Did I? I think I invited Kelly, then Kelly invited you,
Yeah,
right? Or it could
yeah,
have been the other way around. And Kelly's not even from London. She's from outside of London. I'm Battersea, Chantel Brixton. We're both up the road from each other. So when she then come, that's when I first met Chantel. And then a few months went by, and then out of nowhere, was it that you started coming to the run
yeah,
club? It was the run club you
yeah.
started coming
Now,
to first,
I only
right?
think I started the run club this year, so like January.
So this
Yeah,
year, yes. So we really started connecting in January, and then saw that we had a couple of similarities, and then our bond has gotten stronger and stronger through running the run club, and then my monthly networking works. So with that being said, Chantel, why don't you just share who you are, what you do, and then I want Sabrina just to fire with a question.
Yeah,
so
I'm ready. I'm ready.
yeah, I'm ready to go. Let's go before I freeze and forget the whole train of thought. Um, so I'm Chantel. Um, lived in London all my life. Always been healthcare, helping people, teaching for 8 years. Currently work for London Ambulance Service, but side, everything else goes to the side. Network marketing for 5 years. Worked that out. I'm hitting 6 years within network marketing of some sort. December. Um,
That's a career.
th- a whole long career. It's almost as long as my teaching career. Um, yeah, and then fitness wise, I've been doing some sort of sport since probably the age of 12. Did football, did martial arts for 8 years, took a break because, life, went college, then started working. Yeah, then I started, it was a big couple of years before I actually like, started running. Started with, is it those, the 5Ks that you get in like Clapham Common? I think they used to do it in like for cancer research.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that's where it all started with my old PT. She managed to rope me in, not a runner. Started off, and because I was Brixton, I used to meet her in Tulse Hill. If you know Tulse Hill, if you know London, you know that massive hill that goes towards Crystal Palace? Yeah. Yeah. If it's taking me an hour, it used to take me an
I
hour
know
to
that.
run up. It used to take me an hour to run up, and then I used to get bus all the way home and say, I'm never running again. And yeah, it's kind of gone from there. It's always been I work, go to the gym, fitness, and now we're trying this whole network marketing, digital marketing, social media, and for a very, very shy girl.
I love it.
Yeah,
I have a question straight off the bat.
of
So
course.
I kind of see so many parallels between people that pursue physical fitness and people that successfully pursue entrepreneurship. I don't know what it is, and I would love to get your take on it, Chantel, and maybe you, Caroline, too. That
Hmm.
because I noticed it, like you guys started talking about running. I'm obviously athletically minded myself. My Nat that we had, she's an athlete. One of
Yep.
our first guests on this season, Cynthia, that we had as our last guest on this season, she is athletically minded too. So
Hmm.
I just think it's so interesting how people that do hard things on purpose right, it translates into their ability to like go out there and do hard things. Like do you see that? Is there something there for you?
Well, yes. So for me personally, I use fitness and like it was probably meant to be, because I actually started off health and social care in college. That was the first course I did. Started off with foundation course, then went on to an intermediate course. And surprisingly, I left healthcare and I went to hairdressing, but some way lost my way kind of thing. Did like catering, worked in pubs, bar work, about 4 years, 5 years. But then I fell back into it, and everything health, well-being. Probably when I started at the school, and I started at the school probably about 10, maybe 15 years ago, I've done some sort of teaching of that kind of nature. And it was actually the teaching that got me into my fitness, because then I was a special needs teaching assistant. I needed to be able to keep up with the kids. And it all kind of linked in, going to the gym, just a break from work and life to just really get my mental health back to where I needed it to be, so I could then help the kids and teach. So yeah, and that going forward, like my teaching, surprisingly, I hate speaking to people, but when it comes to network marketing and explaining what I'm doing, I'm getting better at it. It just flows naturally, because I think I've got that teaching, and I've got that, like, the health and the well-being and the fitness side of it, which I love. Like, I could talk about gym, running, martial arts, everything, like, till I'm blue in the face. And I think it all links in. It all, like, I think people, where they're very much focused on, actually, it's something you said, actually, Caroline. I actually think I was watching one of your videos actually about pouring into yourself. And
Mm.
I think those people always, they meet up one way or another. It's like, say, they're just
Mm.
meant to meet up, and great things happen, whether it's business, networking, anything. It's just meant to be.
Do you find that, Caroline, that there's a correlation, with the people that you mentor too, that there's a correlation between people that are successful, as in they actually show up and do the things, and the people that take care of themselves in some way?
There definitely, I feel like there is, and especially the things I've written down is the fact that we know, like for us, when we entrepreneurs are going to go and do a workout, that is them taking a break. It's like we use it to take a break from the work to make sure we're pouring back into ourselves. And then it also plays a part in our mindset. Going to wake up and do the workout, building a business, you've got to be disciplined. Working out really does replicate that being disciplined as well and pushing through. So I feel like that plays a part in it. When it's like the last few weeks I've had that's been really tough, and something I told myself this week, I felt better this week because I've been doing the harder workouts. Now, when I was finding it tough a couple of weeks ago, I was doing a lot of morning stretches, when actually I shouldn't have done the light work. I should have done the heavier work, because the last 2 days I've been picking up them weights and battering my body. Not like that. I more mean in a way where it was like, yeah, Caroline, you can take the hard, get up and keep going. That's what I should have been doing, because that's the kind of thick skin we need in this entrepreneurial journey. We need to be able to, have that setback and be able to get back up again and move again, And Chantel, I see it with every time you post up your race that you're doing again. You've signed up for about what, 1 million races next year, even though you're cussing the half one coming up. So I can see it. You got it in you. Yeah, but you still did it. You still did it.
And I think I've got two in my mind for next year.
See what I mean? So
I'm not doing what I did this year or last year with Kelly. Kelly got me to do the half marathon in 7 weeks. I signed up with 7 weeks to train for that half
You
marathon.
still did
I
it.
still did it, cried,
See?
because that was the hardest half marathon. If I did know when when Kelly did actually message me that what happened in those couple of weeks beforehand, probably would never have done it. I don't think it would have got me out of there. So if you don't know, so actually about
I want to
7
I want
weeks.
to I want to keep on I
Yeah.
want to keep on that point, Chantel, actually, because I think that is so powerful, and I think Caroline just clocked it too.
Something to
When
go, carry on.
like when you say that, if I knew what was coming, I wouldn't have done it.
Definitely
But
not.
because you didn't, like, you had that
Mm,
hindsight, and you're so glad that you did. Do you find that there's something in there about with the business that you're building too? Like, when you started, when you're looking back, if I knew how hard it was going to be, I don't know whether I would have started it, but I'm so glad that I almost didn't know, because here I am now.
definitely. So, like, I've been in network marketing nearly 6 years. Come December, it's 6 years overall. I've left network marketing. I've come back. I left my current, like, um network marketing business, and I've started a new one.
And it's more affiliate
Yeah,
marketing as well now,
yeah.
isn't it? Mm.
Um, if I did know how hard it was going to be, I would have started. Up to last week, I was actually thinking. I got asked the question: do I miss the community of the old place? Wholeheartedly, I said yes. Yeah, I do miss it, but I've started something new, and if it wasn't for the old, I wouldn't have done the new. And the new is actually, it's moving. Not as quick as what some people have, but it's moving, and it's moving, which has taken me a long time to realize. It's moving at a pace because it's only what I can put into the business.
That
It's
part.
only what I can
That
put in.
part.
And
Yes,
it's
it's
taken
moving.
me 4 years.
Yes.
Four
It's
years
moving
it's
at a
taken
pace that
me.
you can sustain, right? It's moving at a
Yow.
pace that you can sustain. And I think, man, I got excited there, because I think when some people are hoping,
Pull up, but Sabrina, I was like, yo, what going on here? What you done to her?
I think that some people, when they start this business, because we compare, right? We look at, oh, this person got off to a faster start, this person achieved this already, and I'm still here, whatever. Like, we're comparing everybody else's results, but we don't consider, can I actually sustain? Is it within my capability to sustain something that is moving at that kind of pace? Like, we
Mm.
have to be willing to be with what we can hold, right? And I think that's a struggle for so many people.
Definitely. I struggled really. I say struggled, actually. I was watching everyone else. When I first started network marketing, I was watching everyone else. I was seeing them get their sales, their following were growing, the confidence were growing as well. And I was just like, oh, yeah, that's what I need to be. I'm going to do exactly the same thing. I'm going to pour everything in and go, like, people kept telling me, oh, you don't watch TV, you need to be on your phone all the time, you need to make contact, you need to make connections, you need to, you need to be all in, you need to go, give 100%. And then I kind of thought, yeah, I'm going to do this. At this time, just started a relationship. I wasn't really going out, so that wasn't even, it wasn't a case of turning down going
Literally.
out or anything like that. It was just, I'm going to order, I'm going to record myself, and everything's going to go exactly how that person is, how my mentor was doing. It took me a year. I was in the business for a year, maybe even not even a year, 6 months, and I left. Not one sale. The sales that I did have was from family, and I kind of just thought, well, family ain't going to support me. They're not going to actually be able to do this, long term going forward. I left
Yeah.
after about 6 months, and then I rejoined maybe 18 months after. You kind of think, oh, the grass is greener somewhere else. I went to other businesses, same thing was happening. And it really took me a long time it took me nearly 3 years to actually go, if I'm not putting in the energy and I'm not manifesting and I'm not actually, like, I'm doing, like, putting out content, but there's no feeling behind it.
Yeah.
It took me 3 years to work out I need to actually believe in the products and believe in the business for it to actually thrive and for actually things to, you know, to go in the direction that I wanted it to. And yeah, I hit my first promotion, and then life took a toll. And I was working and I was concentrating on the relationship, and I kind of wasn't feeling the business. Like I still had it in the background kind of thing, and I was still taking the products, but then I got sick. And I say got sick, but it was nothing, no like major surgery needed to happen at the time. I just noticed that how the products were doing what I needed it to do, because I had other stuff that was going on that no one knew what was going on. Doctors didn't know. Doctors, they give you what you tell them one symptom, and the symptom's something different. So they give you tablets for that, and the tablets worked. It made me actually have my appetite back, but then the tablets stopped working, and I was relying on the products, and I was trying to show my journey. But do you know I hate the saying "fake it till you make it," because
Same.
my face tells a whole different story. I'll be talking, 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 but my face is telling everyone else, actually, no, I'm not feeling this. It's it's not
And
excitement.
people can feel that, like through the screen. I think people lose this, that we think because we're behind a
Mm,
screen that we can pretend, but energy transfers. People feel when you're not being authentic. They feel when they know when you're phoning it in. They know, which is why so many people that start like a network marketing business, or they're doing affiliate marketing or whatever, but they're not products of their product. Like they are not taking the product, or they're not being consistent with the action or whatever. And then they're telling everybody that they need to go and do that. People know,
yeah,
they know, which is
Like,
why you're not getting any sales. Like, I don't know
no,
what to tell you.
literally. And something that really, whenever I'm having, because I just had a call today with someone who wanted to know about network marketing, and whenever I talk about it, I don't talk about my ones I do, I talk about it as a whole. And the first thing I say is you have to be in love with the product in order to show it on your social media. Like, if you don't love it, why are you promoting it? That's how much you need to be loving what you're taking. Otherwise, there's no point you showing it. That's where I only show the products that I actually use, because I'm not about to show a product. Yeah, my company does a lot of products, but I'm not going to show the ones I'm not using, because I want to relate to the ones that can actually relate to the ones I am using. Does that make sense? And I want to be a product of the products and be like, yo, okay, take what I'm taking, because this is what you're going to be able to get done throughout the day. So that's something that really grinds me, and I just feel you're never going to be successful if you're not truly passionate about the products that you're using or the services that you're using, and sharing and wanting to bring people on with.
I think
Just,
about
yeah.
I was scroll last night. I was hanging out. He's left. He's traveling again, and so I was just finished my work day. I was just hanging out, lit a candle, had my cup of tea, and I was just chilling. And I started scrolling social media, and I don't usually do that very often at all. But I was going through people's stories, so I was reading all my people's stories, and then Khloe Kardashian is one of the only uber famous people that I follow, just because I think she's funny and I like her. So I came across her stories, and she was promoting this like hair tablet thing that has helped her hair or whatever. And then she went into this whole thing about, it was like a gummy. It was taking your greens, but in a gummy version. And then she was
Yeah.
talking about amino acids, and because she's into her fitness thing, so she was talking about all of these different things, and she was just like showing the bottle and all of that. I was sitting there knowing that I'm a business owner myself, and I was like, damn, all of these companies are going to have this massive uptick in their sales overnight, simply because Khloe Kardashian stood there and went, I've been
Sure.
taking this and I think it's so great. And I think that's what everyone thinks their success is going to be like too. But I'm sorry to tell you, but you're not Khloe Kardashian. Like,
Yeah.
you can't stand there with a tub of electrolytes and be like, buy my shit, and expect people to go and buy your shit. They're not going to. They're not going to. And so not having that expectation and thinking that that is going to be that easy. You actually have to have a connection to what it is that you're promoting for people to be like, okay, maybe that could work for me too. We're not Khloe Kardashians of the world. Like, we don't get to do that. And I think
Mm.
being able to take that expectation off the table from the get-go is so important. What do you think about that, Kaz?
Well, because the thing is, what people, even that though, what people, where I'm like someone who doesn't follow any of the Kardashians, right? what they don't understand is the Kardashians have a backstory. So they already had their community from their backstory, right? And that's where people have got to know them and all of that stuff. And then where it got to the point where, okay, they're going to buy into them. And it's that too with the network marketing, affiliate marketing. People think they can just jump on, just show the product, not share nothing else, and people are going to buy. But what are you actually showing people? One thing I love about Chantel, Sabrina, is that she will post when and where she wants. She shows up when she's not happy, when she's happy, when she's, you know what I mean? When it comes, like, for example, the night shift, she shows how the products help her, what she's got to get done after her night shift. Right? She's like like us, she's one of the realists when it comes to posting, because she shows it all, and she shows how she's up and doing all this stuff after a night shift, getting to the gym still at 5, 6 a.m. in the morning, you know, before, and all of that stuff. Like, that's what people need to see. And all it is we just got the longest game, Chantel, Sabrina. You know, we've got to keep turning those wheels, because we're doing it and trying to do whatever else we're trying to do alongside it. You know, and it frustrates me, the ones that can just be like, yeah, yes, come get it, and then
Yeah.
and you got us here proper grafting our asses off. But exactly what we said prior to jumping back on, we're gonna have one of the biggest successes. I can feel it.
And this is why I actually think I must, at some point, I must suffer from imposter syndrome, because I look at people and it's just like, oh, look at this. And then I see them rolling in and they're posting, oh, thank you for ordering. Thank you for ordering. Thank you. And I'm thinking, did I not just post the same content 2 hours ago and I've got one like? And this is the thing. I have to get out of my own head. Like, I've
Yeah.
focused, so I've worked the last 7 days just straight. I've done 2 early shifts. I'm going into my last night 5 night shifts on a trot. I've had cold for like 3 days. This is where part of me was laughing on Saturday, Caroline, when you was like, the cold is trying to hit me and it's trying to get me. It got me that night. That night I was suffering. I said, this is Caroline's fault. It's Caroline's fault. She mentioned it. She put it out there, and that was it. It took
Not me,
hold.
I went to
Yeah,
you.
literally. And what I haven't done, and I haven't really had a chance to do, is post actually the products that I'm taking. What person do you know 3 days later, where they sounded as coarse of anything one day? This is
Mm.
how I am now. To even the point that yesterday, my crewmate went to me, Chantal, you sound nothing like you did the night before. This is me. One, I've been sleeping like 8, 9 hours coming in from a night shift. Probably what's needed for the last like week of hell at work.
Mm.
But I need to actually get back to actually being a product of the product. I haven't posted about products really of me taking it in the longest time, where I haven't thought, oh, not that I want to show people how good the product is. It's to show that I'm with the business, and look, I'm taking it. There's no intention whatsoever. And that's what I want to get back to. But imposter syndrome, it hits hard. So when I
And do
panic
you
Don't.
sometimes,
No, what?
it's
Mm.
imposter syndrome hitting me. And sometimes I need someone to go, Chantal, where are you? And what you doing?
mm,
Mm.
do you
You go,
think
Sabrina.
do you think part of that, having fallen off your consistency, since we're talking about that, is part of the reason why you feel that imposter syndrome?
A big chunk of it, yeah. A big chunk of it. Like, I've had a lot going on in the last year, where I can honestly say, if it wasn't for running and going to the gym and possibly even work, I don't know where I would have been actually. The business, I probably would have left network marketing, but I wouldn't have joined anything
Sure.
else. I would have just
Mm.
said, you know what, it's too much. But yeah, a big chunk of it is just the
And
consistency
I
and
asked
watching
that,
people.
yeah, I asked that because I think you, like, just thinking about the word imposter, you can't be an imposter in a space that you feel like you belong
Mm,
in, right?
Mm.
So when you're doing the things, you're being consistent, you're taking the products as you should, or you're doing the work, or you're studying, or whatever it is, you're working out, you're eating right, whatever. You can't feel like an imposter in the space that requires you to do that, right? But when you're in a space that requires you to do that and you're not doing it, that's when those feelings
Yeah.
start to come in. And so when I hear somebody say, I feel like an imposter, it's much less about, do I belong, as in, am I at the level that these other people are at? It's much less about that. It's much more about, do I identify as somebody that belongs here because I'm engaged in the activities of the people that belong here engage in? Does that make sense? Caroline, what were you going to say?
I was gonna say, right, it's like I was gonna say the fact that you're still you're not showing you taking the products, but you're still showing up, because you're still showing up on your socials, even though it's like you're not showing you taking a product, you're still showing up. It's like when we go to work and we don't want to do the work, but we're going to work and we're doing like the bare minimal, you're still showing up. And I think that's still better than going off grid totally and not posting at all. So don't be too hard on yourself,
I
Chantel.
try not to be, and
Yeah.
this is why I was saying that I need to get out of my own head as well, because it's just getting me down, and not getting me down in the sense of, oh, I'm just shut off from social media, I don't speak to anyone or anything like that. Getting me down in the sense of, stop being ridiculous, Chantal, because you're actually showing up in other ways, just not with
Mm.
the product. And actually, it's life.
Right.
And I think, as much as the imposter syndrome, when I look at other people's life and I see them going out for coffees and they go out for brunch and they go out to all these restaurants, and I think, oh, and they're posting about it, I have to get out of my own head and go, well, that's their life. I actually love my job. It's the only reason that I still do it after the year that I've had as well. And actually, the fact that I can post on the odd occasion while I'm at work, that's a big thing, because a lot of people actually work full time and do network marketing, social media, digital marketing, affiliate marketing, all of that stuff. Actually, I'm more relatable than when I see people out in restaurants living their best life, kind of thing, traveling the world. Yeah, I'd love to do all of that. But actually, when I do
Can I
get
say
to
one
go,
thing? Like, one thing that's just come to me is the fact that me and you have to understand how stressful our jobs can be and under pressure compared to the ones that work, sorry to say, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, where it's a lot less sit down, office desk, we have to take on a lot more. Chantel, the other week you told me you literally had a night where you was with someone who was bleeding to death, right? They were on was hello. Look what you're seeing on your night shifts, and that could be multiple
Mhm.
times throughout the night. So I can understand why sometimes you might not want to show up on your phone, because you've got to deal with how many people throughout the night that you're picking up and taking to hospital and all the circumstances they're under. So it's like, and it's what you said at the start that Sabrina had clapped you for. You're building your business from what you can sustain. And this is where we can't compare ourselves to other people who have that more flexibility. Like, you've got to get your sleep in when you get back from a night shift. And then your day starts midday. So your day going to look completely different to people. So what me and you need to do is find ways that, and Sabrina, how we're doing the business for us around our business. And then we're going to find our people, because your people could be a whole bunch of night shift people, who you can show them how they can build their business around their night shift. My people are the ones who are doing retail. Those are the ones I'm trying to find. And how I'm building my business, I will find the people who are meant for me, because they're going to build it how I'm building it, because they're going to like that.
This is such a powerful point, and I really hope, Chantel, that you took everything that Caroline just said, and anyone listening that might be able to relate to that too, is sometimes our thing that we think separates us from other people that are successful. So you just identify people that are going and having brunch and being at the restaurants and doing the things, and you're over here working a night shift and sitting with people that are bleeding out, and it's like, oh my God, what is even happening? The thing that you think disqualifies you from being able to have that kind of lifestyle that maybe you're working towards is the very thing that it identifies the niche that you can slot yourself into, right? Because I always think what one of us goes through, we all go through. So if you know that I struggle with this as a person that works a night shift, there's millions of other men, women, and children, probably not children, that also work the night shift, that want to have a healthier well-being, want to have healthier habits, want to have better health in their bodies in general, whatever your product does. I can show them how they can also build a business around those things that matter to them while still working the night shift, because hello, this is my life, right? So I think it's so it's so
That was the
important
mic
to
drop.
like recognize, and guys, it's seriously like, stop discounting yourself because of your struggle. Your struggle could very well be the thing, like the guiding lights of your path, because now you've identified who it is that needs help. Because if I'm going through this, other people are too. And I can insert myself as the person that can stand as a beacon for them.
Mm-hmm.
If you're courageous enough to do that, you know?
It will be after this episode launches.
Yeah, no, and I will, and I have actually started actually the last couple of months. Like, I've kind of, as much as I've joined something new, I've still got TikTok running in the back that I'm earning from without necessarily having
Mm-hmm.
to put in. Oh, I've got to put that content out. I've got to do this. I've got to be like everyone else and put content every time I open up and I'm scrolling. Put something out. No, that could be multiple times during the day. For me, that
Yeah.
don't work. For me, I can batch content, and I'll probably do that. Come tomorrow when I finish work and I've rested, I've got 4 days off before I go back to work next week, Monday. So yeah, a lot of my time is having words with myself, going, look at what you've done in 7 months on TikTok, where I wasn't earning from it whatsoever, to
Mm-hmm.
now being able to actually pay for a holiday outright if I wanted to, couple of days all inclusive, and then provide for my sister and my nephew if I wanted to pay for, like, I don't know, a seat for my niece for the flight. That's something I am very proud of. Like, and I sometimes I have to remember to pat myself on the back, kind of go like, you've done that, and you've worked full time, and you're doing network marketing, and you're trying to actually focus on yourself. So
And you got your
definitely,
running and your half marathons and
yeah.
all of that. So yes. And then another thing is I feel like a lot of us struggle to find our true inspiration because actually we're the ones who are meant to be courageous enough to be the inspiration for people like us, you know. So it's like, don't, yeah, just try not to compare anymore, Chantel, because I think you're meant to be that light for I know a few people that are night shift workers that struggle with
Mm.
network marketing, you know, and it's literally just hit my head thinking you could be the person that's meant to be the one that guides them, you know. Got to be brave enough to get up there and stand strong.
Well, I'm here now, like I was saying to you earlier, like how I was pooing myself. We'll keep it very literally. I was, and do you know what? The last couple of days, I haven't thought anything about it. Yesterday, you messaged me and was like, tomorrow's the day. And I was like, where has that week gone from when? And I thought nothing about it. And then, yeah, so the fact that I'm here today, actually, in my head, I was telling myself, oh, I don't know what I'm going to say. Oh, I've got nothing to bring. Yeah, very much I need to stop getting in my own head. That's what I need to stop doing.
Sometimes in our head is the most dangerous place you can be, you know? And I think that it's so important what Caroline just said, and like encourage you to do, of celebrating your wins
Mm.
and celebrating the successes and acknowledging those things, and you acknowledging that for yourself, that I need to do that more. We do need to do that more, because what gets celebrated gets repeated, right? If you
Oh,
celebrate, if you
that.
celebrate the crap out of the fact of what you just shared about, I can pay for this holiday and I can pay for a seat for my niece so that we can enjoy that experience together. If you celebrate that, you will do that again. You will do what is necessary to create that ability for yourself again, right? But if you don't even acknowledge that, you're just kind of like, whatever. I'm trying. I've got imposter syndrome. Then it's not imprinting in you, you know?
Mm.
Like, I don't know if any of you guys do you watch Twilight? Have you watched the Twilight movies
Have
or read
done.
the books or anything? Oh my God. I love it. I love it so much. Like, I am a child in my soul, and I love shows and movies like that. I've read the books 20 million times. I watch the movies all the time. So, anyway, when I said imprint, like, you know what Jacob does to Renesmee? Like, that, you have to do that
Mm.
in your soul with the good things that happen to you. You have to imprint them, so then you're like, you've got it in you to be able to repeat the actions that bring that result.
And I have done, actually, because actually just thinking back where you're thinking about talking about the whole imprinting it and bringing it forward. I've just paid, like, literally, I messaged my niece last week and I was like, do you remember how you wanted to go Fright night? Do you still want to go?
Yeah,
So
you told me on
yes, I've
Saturday.
paid for it and I'm bringing her friend. I've roped my nephew in to go with me because me with two teenagers isn't going to happen for my sanity, and I'm driving. So, but it all adds up. It all adds up. But I'm actually,
Oh.
and I'm going to remind her about this. Come next year, come a couple of days later, I'm going to remind her. So you remember when I took you to Fright Night, and you've been on at your mum for the past 2 years. So she went last year with, I think, her friend's mum, but she's been on at us to go. So my sister's working. So I said to my sister, I've got days off now. Why don't I just book it? Let me see if she wants to go and we'll work it out. I booked it on Monday. Monday, I booked the tickets. So next week, we're going. Am I probably going to
That's
regret it
wicked.
afterwards? Wholeheartedly. But
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 having
that
the ability to
feeling
do
and the
that,
ability to do that,
yeah,
and that's not my wage. Yeah, I work overtime as well. There's so much more that I'm saving for, and I've got plans going forward in the next couple of years that I really, I'm working my ass off, work wise, career wise, to pay for. Actually, network marketing, TikTok, social media, all of that has actually just paid for that without me actually having to blink and go, oh, where am I going to get the money from? Or my sister's got to pay for, like, her kids
and
to
that's
go.
such a big deal. That's such a big deal. Like, to give you that fun money or that breathing room or whatever. That's what that's why so many people start with a side hustle, whatever that looks like for the individual. That's why so many people start that, is because they just want a little bit more breathing room to put, I'm going to sound like an American here, but to put gas in your car, to be able to go and buy groceries, those kinds of things. It's just a little bit more breathing room. But then when we don't, like, we're not a millionaire after week 4 of doing it, we're like, well, clearly it doesn't work. And it's like,
Yeah.
can we, like, pump the brakes for a
Down.
second and remember
Yeah,
why you began it in the first place? It wasn't to be a millionaire. It was to be able to take your niece to Fright Night.
the little
Like,
things.
and you were able to do that. I think, oh man, I feel like we could talk about this for
No,
months.
right? Then, oh, I mean, because it's coming on. Lord, honestly, I'm so anal
Yeah.
with time. Probably the only one thing I would say, Chantel, is do you have anything you would want to share, listeners? Like anything, whether it's to do with network marketing, balancing both full time, or even the gym business. What's one word, one phrase you can share with everyone just for us to finish this off?
Keep going.
What comes to you?
Keep
Mm.
going. That's all I can say, because last year, everything that happened, I got stood down from my original post with London Ambulance Service. I was out of work for 4 months. I had no certainty of what was happening, whether I was going to stay with the service or not. My grand got ill. I became a carer in those 4 months. Everything happens for a reason. If I wasn't stood down, I would never have been able to care for my gran in her last four
Mm.
months. I would never have put in those 4 months of lightheartedly going for a run to then do the half marathon in that September. I went away that year as well. I went Portugal, worked my ass off. Network marketing wasn't really happening, but through work, I had saved up, paid the deposit month in, month out. Don't give up. Literally, the universe has got something planned. If one thing isn't working out, the universe has got something planned. It's been a tough 4 months for me now. I am now seeing the light of pushing through and not giving in to getting into my own feelings and getting into my own head. So it's literally about pushing through, not giving up, and just find that person that you can actually go, do you know what, I'm having a hard time. Because I found talking has helped drastically. So you definitely just keep going. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard, but you just gotta keep going.
I love that message so much. And the thing that I took away from that was, if you don't keep going, then you don't get the reward, right? Like the bad thing happens, and because you quit, you don't get to see what that bad thing was for. But when you keep going and you keep showing up and you push through and you push through, you get to reap the fruits of those labors. And I think that's just such a beautiful message. Thank you for that.
It's all right. It's very
Yeah.
insightful when I want to be.
And that's it.
That's
Another
it.
episode done.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Chantel, for being here. I really appreciate you taking the time out and jumping on with me and Sabrina.
Thank you for
Sabrina,
having me.
Beautiful. Always. So good. Thank you guys. Until next time.